And before we go ahead with our segment in terms of the felicitation and all, firstly, I'm going to be inviting on stage Mr. Sarang Panchal to please come on the stage. Let's have a huge round of applause as he shares his perspectives, the CEO of MRSS India.
Thanks. Hi. Okay, obviously there's a lot of pressure on time, and I've got a very boring task. We are actually knowledge partners with ETH, and I'm just going to spend a few minutes explaining to you what we've done in terms of listing the entire best corporate brand. There was obviously a fairly scientific exercise using people from ETH as well as from MRSS India. We have internally what we call a measurement science team. So whatever product comes out of a company, it is methodologically absolutely sound. And for this particular project, I think all of us, I think the three owners of the company were also involved in figuring out the method. So essentially we began by identifying corporate brands which advertised a lot. Okay, and we made a list of 320 corporate brands. Once we did that, we figured that we will go to two segments of people. One segment was the one you saw right now, stakeholders. Okay, maybe not all MDs, but of various levels of seniority. So there was a separate project among stakeholders. There was another project among regular consumers. And they were regular people, SEC, AB, 18 to 45, stuff like that. And we decided to do the study in 16 towns across 4 regions of the country. Now, what's so special about the survey we've done? I think just 3 points, because many of these surveys can be done in different ways. What we thought is we don't want to have it overly simplistic. So we said we want to make sure that the index or the way in which we actually calculate the best brands is not too simplistic. So we had 7 parameters, things like awareness, familiarity, likability, brand recommendation, innovation, etc. So we made sure that we cover the entire range of attributes which matter. So that was number 1. Number 2, a common problem in market research, for those of you who might be familiar, is that there's too much load on the person actually evaluating the whole thing. So we used something called the balanced incomplete block design, which ensured that there was not so much of a load on the respondents who actually did the survey, and at the same time it was methodologically very powerful. Okay, so that's number 2. And the third is, keeping in mind with what our distinguished panelists talked about, the entire survey was done on the phone. Advantage, it's quick, it's error-proof, and you can actually prove that you did it. The minute you geotag, you know your respondent has actually been visited, you know how long the interview is, etc. So that's pretty much it. I think we've got a couple of events happening before the actual awards are announced, but enjoy yourself. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Panchal. I'm going to request you to please remain on the stage. If I may please invite Mr. Vineet Bagadia again to please present a token of gratitude to Mr. Sarang Panchal. Thank you once again.